It's Pop Trigger time!
Yeah!
With Bree Essrig!
No! What?
Yes.
Crazy!
Yes. Okay, I texted you this morning, and this is true.
You have her number? That's neat. Why don't I?
I know.
That
is true.
I could not sleep last night because I was so excited that you were going to be here. Swear to God.
Really?
I tossed and I turned and I kept imagining, oh my God, Bree's going to be here.
What were you imagining?
I see her. Like, we just had lunch the other day, but or dinner, but still, like, it's just, I was just excited. What was I imagining? Like, a slowly, trotting and
what
like a
happened
long
before?
embrace.
You imagine what actually happened for those of you who weren't watching. They both, came in on a horse together. Got away in a field. Somehow a field materialized and they ran slowly toward each other.
Did.
Yeah.
It was so weird how that field came out of nowhere, but it was a beautiful moment, and I'm glad that we could share that with you guys.
Well, my
it's
uncle
too bad
does
that
own
you
a
missed
Shetland
it.
ranch
Yes.
Wait, those are
in
little
the
ponies?
Chico Basin area.
What are Shetlands?
They're
Ponies?
ponies.
The little tiny ones with the fur?
We rode in on a little tiny pony.
Yes.
Can you ride Shetland ponies?
We did.
We did.
We did.
We
Do you have a
managed.
problem with that, Grace?
No, I was just wondering. Just
Okay.
learning. I'm just learning.
So, Bree, so much is for those that follow Bree, I'm sure that they're still following you on SourceFed and all things Bree, but I would love, like, those that have not known what you've been up to for you to fill them in. So when you went over to SourceFed, and please tell us about that, but I love that you're such a talented writer and comedic actress, Nuclear Family. So talk about Nuclear Family.
Bless you.
It's true.
Nuclear Family is our sketch comedy channel, and it's run by me, Matt Lieberman, and Steve Zaragoza. And we kind of parody a lot of YouTube trends. That's kind of our main thing, especially BuzzFeed. We love going after BuzzFeed.
But how did it come about? Like, were you did you have an inkling to? Because I know that you've always had your comedic background in sketch comedy and writing. So was it an outlet? You're like, I really want to have this outlet here.
Yes, absolutely. The one biggest draw of going over to SourceFed, they said they wanted to start doing sketch eventually, and so I started off over there as a host and personality on their main channel, and then they reached out to YouTube Red, and we got the funding to make a sketch channel. So we started.
So good.
How were you able to be a personality on SourceFed without having a personality?
You know, they have writers.
There you go. Good answer.
I am one of them, which is weird. I don't know why they had me do that, but yeah, they have writers.
What would that be
And a
like if I
prompter.
had a personality? Let me write to that.
Exactly.
You wear multiple hats.
Yes, I actually just watched Brett Ehrlich videos.
Yeah.
And that's how I developed my amazing personality.
Yeah,
I am
thank you.
so fucking funny now. It's ridiculous.
Right, at least in your own mind. Yeah, that's pretty much my secret.
Exactly.
That's your secret for sure. What about Desiree Barnes, who's my favorite character? One of my favorite characters.
Thank you.
I'd loved, and I kind of want to see some extensions of when you were like the badass boss bitch, not Charlie, but Willy Wonka.
Oh,
what was your
yeah.
name though? Were you really Willy Wonka?
It
or
was
it more-
Wilhelmina Wonka.
Wilhelmina Wonka.
Yeah.
I kind of want some extensions of that.
Okay.
Some more episodes.
Okay.
Like
What
I have a say.
Sam, you're such a producer right now.
No, I can't.
Sam's like putting you to work. Like, if we could just work on this, and then
yeah.
if you could write.
Yeah.
And they all
character,
sound like
maybe?
compliments at the beginning.
They
like,
are all
oh my God, it's
compliments.
amazing. But if you could, this is
No,
what
I just
think
want
is
more.
missing.
I just want more. And your accents are unbelievable. Yes. Okay, I'm just so proud of
I
you.
really just came in for this today. But it's funny you mentioned it. So we did this Women of YouTube Space thing with the Gina Davis Institute. She selected a bunch, and I know Michelle was part of it. Michelle
yeah.
Boley.
Yes, yeah.
And we actually asked Gina Davis to play Wilhelmina Wonka, but she was busy. And so they were like, Bree, you could do it. And I was like, all right, I just have to really channel my Gina.
You killed
So
it.
my Gina. So yeah, we actually had another scene that didn't make it. It was like an American Pie. It was like an all-female American Pie scene that we wrote, and it was
love it.
basically the pie scene. I can say it now because
Yeah.
I never made it.
Yeah.
But instead of apple pie, it was banana pie, and so there were like a thing of bananas next to the pie.
Stop
so
it.
The mom walks in on the girl like masturbating with a banana.
Nice.
And this
been
was
there. We've all
obviously,
been there.
everyone was like, Bree, we cannot do this. And instead of like freaking out like Eugene Levy's like, we just won't tell your mother about what happened. She pulls out, she's holding a bag of groceries and she pulls out a cucumber. She's
Yeah,
like,
right.
Try this. And they were like, Bree, we cannot do that. And I asked Gina Davis if she wanted to play my mom in that scene, and she said yes. She was like, yeah, absolutely, I love this scene.
That's amazing.
But we're gonna have to cut a scene because it's too long, so it's probably gonna be that one.
Ew. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Because that would have been the funnest one.
I know. I was so stoked about that.
That's a voice in the head of a lot of producers that's just wrong. Like they're like, oh, we can't do that, of course. They say it too fast.
Yes.
They're like, oh, we can't do that. And the reason that they can't do it is because it's too funny. They enjoy it too much that they feel like it's wrong. But they need to do that scene.
Break
They
the
need
mold.
to do it, and they
Yeah.
don't. It's the most frustrating
That's the whole thing about being on the internet is we can do whatever we want, and we don't, and that bothers me.
Yeah.
That bothers me. I'm
But
here
you
to
guys
spout
push
off
the
my
envelope.
opinion.
You guys do.
We try.
You push the
Yeah.
envelope, and you always have like a social message, which I love. Like in the sense that like a lot of what was the one that you did about the romantic comedy? I thought that was great because you.
Oh, underwritten female?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. It's
How
about
did-
all the underwritten females in movies.
And it's called, if people wanted to watch it, it's called Underwritten Female.
underwritten female character in the movie.
Yeah,
and
it's great.
Just a fake trailer. For
It's
a
great.
movie.
It's great. It's great. Yeah, it makes you think. What else can we talk about? Why you're clueless about
I've
everything?
seen that, and it's super funny. And
You
it's,
did?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And it's also like really, you'd think that as a woman I would have thought about it, but, and I'm
I
sure
know.
that I had to like a lesser extent, but then it's like, God, we are so underserviced in movies.
know.
Yeah.
And you sort of accept it because it's all that you've been fed.
Yes.
So then, you like look at these characters with like these vague magazine jobs in romantic comedies.
Right.
And you're just like, oh, look at her, she's a great woman, like a self-starter, but then you're like, wait, what the fuck? What does she do?
Right.
Who is she hanging out with? Why doesn't she have any friends? Why is her like
Exactly.
end all be all in this, vague boyfriend that's not really that nice to her at the beginning of the movie? Anyway, that was great. That was
Way
a
to
very
sum
funny
it up,
trailer.
Grace Baldridge.
You're welcome.
And then the quirky best friend.
Yeah.
All they talk about is the dude.
Well, and also,
sex.
all they talk about
Or
is the
sex,
dude,
yeah.
or how they're miserable. Like, because Catherine Hahn's character in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is so funny, and she is such an amazing actress, and we've seen that now. But her early roles, she was the quirky best friend, and she was sort of relegated to complaining about being dumped or not doing her job well.
and they like
So
dressed her all frumpy.
Yeah,
but
she's
so
beautiful,
hot.
Yeah,
and
but
she
I
basically
like
is a foil for Kate Hudson to be like, look at Kate Hudson totally has it together because look at this one over
those are
here
secretly
with
the-
emotions.
You're right.
Those are secretly the most fun roles to play. That's
Yeah.
like what I did Shakespeare in college, and it was like, do you
You
want to
started
be?
the
We know,
He
Brett.
started
We
the Shakespeare
know.
Club
Yeah, that
at
was-
Stanford University.
My girlfriend made fun of me for that on the drive here as we were on the phone.
How funny.
Yeah. So thank you
So
for
you're literally
piling on.
always talking
But like
about
you're
it.
I
either
know. How
she brought it up.
embarrassing.
Yeah, I
big
talk about it.
highlight for her.
Anyways, there's like you could be like the lead romantic person, but that's always such a boring role.
It's the most boring.
Or you could be like the weirdo on the fringe with no real character, but like is funny to be. And I
Yes.
like those roles. I preferred those roles to the ones where it's like, oh
Yeah,
my
but you're
god.
not a woman who's always stuck with
And
like either or.
Also, and the
Yeah.
thing with
True.
the,
But
with
the,
like
but the
weird,
dumb, stupid little guy friend, like the who's the guy who's the voice of Olaf, the Josh Gad.
Gad.
There's always
Yeah,
like a
but-
Josh Gad character. He's like, I don't understand why I don't get girls and I get written as the frumpy idiot.
You're
but
right.
Josh Gad can still be like weirder than Catherine Hahn can be. Like they still had to like put glasses on her, and like Josh Gad he can do grosser things. And if a girl does it, it's like, oh wow, her friend is crazy. Like her friend is out of control.
That's
so
changing
the craziest
now.
thing she can do is like be sad about a breakup and like eat food. And
Right,
it's like, wow, she's unhinged. Did she order all that food herself? She's wild. Whereas like Josh Gad or Jason Biggs or whoever can have sex with a fucking pie, and they're like, he's quirky,
Wrong.
like he's crazy. Girls,
Here's
he's
why.
funny though. You should date him.
Right, in those movies. Now it's changed.
It has,
but
yeah.
like Stifler drank cum. Like just
And
so
he was
you know.
still desirable. If a girl were to drink,
That's true.
Like, well,
People-
actually,
That is
the
true.
Yeah, but Josh Gad, it depends. Yes, more as proven by like sitcoms.
She
like you
stuck a
could put
flute
Kevin
up her
James
vagina,
with
and that was like the weirdest thing that she stuck her flute up her vagina, which is
it was
makes you-
amazing and
Sexual.
funny.
makes you think.
Yeah.
I've never done that, but I did play the flute, but I did not.
It's
I
awfully
didn't do
thin.
that.
Can
I don't
you
know.
play
I
it
don't
with your
know.
vagina?
But But she was like super weird for doing that, whereas Stifler drank cum and they were just like, he's so weird, like mysterious. Like,
That's
why?
not true.
He's so funny. What's he hiding? Like,
Yeah, but
what
we
is he
love-
overcompensating
I always
for?
thought he was so gross. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too.
I'm
Where are
like in
his
the middle
eyes?
of you two because I see where both of you are coming from, and I'm more sensitive to what Brett is saying now because my boyfriend Steve is like the Josh Gad type, and he always goes out for like the quirky best friend who does not have anything to do other
Right.
than be loud.
Or
and
stoned.
he hates it.
Yeah.
And he hates it. And he's like, why can't I be a leading man? I'm like, you absolutely could. You could lead an entire movie.
Right.
A lot
He
of people would watch the
absolutely
shit
could.
out of that.
Yeah.
So I get it. But at the same time, like, Catherine Hahn in that movie, her like troubles are the plot of the movie. Kate Hudson's character is like, oh, if I act like my terrible best friend, this guy will break up with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, that's so true.
Yeah.
They're like, Catherine Hahn, you're such a fucking train wreck. We need to write an article about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, we need people
What
need to
not
know
to do.
not to be like you.
Yeah.
And she's just like,
She's like, I just called my boyfriend 3 times in a row. That's all I did.
And they're like, you monster,
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
You fucking monster.
Yeah.
But I love that movie. I love me that movie. I
know,
do.
it is,
Anytime
it
it's
is.
on,
Yes.
I stop and I watch.
Same.
He has a group of friends in that movie that are also shitty
They're
people.
terrible.
Yes.
It happens. The underwritten, like, other character is not the main character in the movie.
Yeah.
It is, but there are tropes of like, yeah, the woman is crazy just because she seems to be like interested in someone.
Yes.
And the guy is like cool and better because he doesn't have time for that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he is cool and better because he's shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But back to the point. The point is, like, yes, we have underdeveloped characters on both sides, but definitely based on Gina Davis's research,
Yeah.
men speak more in movies anyway. So it's
Exactly. So, okay, so then what are you working on right now and what can people expect?
So on Nuclear Family, we just put out a Hamilton parody, and it's called Benjamin Franklin Time Traveler.
Okay, I can't wait.
And it's Steve is Benjamin Franklin. I played Nikola Tesla.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh, I saw a photo that you posted on Instagram. did you post that or was that a while back?
I think that was a
when you
different
played
character.
a different man.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was a different man. That was a men's rights activist.
Okay.
But no, I'll post it today. It's a black mustache. I always wanted a black mustache.
Sexy.
It's daddy issues. So yeah, that went up today. So if you want to check it out, it's on Nuclear Family.
That's exciting. Yay, yay, yay.